ladies, Sharon's here. How are you today? I'm bringing you a video today on the proper way to layer your skin products. Now, what you're going to learn from this video are all the steps you take to layer your skincare so you get the effectiveness that you want out of it. Now, I know a little something about this. I'm 69 years old, and I was taught the proper way to apply skincare eons and eons ago. So I know a little something about this, girlfriends, okay? So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please scroll down and push the subscribe button and see that little bell. Go ahead and click that little bell, okay? You'll be notified of all my upcoming videos. So here we go, ladies. Let's talk about the routine of layering, let's say, AM skincare. We wake up in the morning. What is the first thing we do? We're going to go to the bathroom. Now, we're going to do one full cleanse. We're not going to splash or pat water on our face and towel around and think that's enough. I'll tell you why. Because your PM skincare is still on your face. If you were using Regimen or any other medical grade products, you have to wash all that off or your AM skincare is not going to work for you. Plus, if you don't wash that Regimen off the next morning, you are going to get enormous amounts of peeling. Plus, on top of that, your skin's just going to start drying up like crazy before your very eyes. So by all means, do one cleanse in the morning. And when I say one cleanse, take any type of cleanser you want. I use a creamy type cleanser because I have dry skin. And I beat my drum to death on Gerlande products. Well, this particular cleansing cream is fabulous. And then I tone. I can tone with a botanic water, or I can tone with my, L'Oreal toner. The toner is very important, okay? Alcohol free, thank you very much. Once your face is totally cleansed, you want to think about the thinnest to the thickest first. So what you want to do in the morning is always start with your vitamin C, okay? Your vitamin C must come first. You squirt a little into your hands. I use SkinCeuticals vitamin C with ferulic acid. Put it in your hands, rub it together and pat your vitamin C all over your face, your neck, and your décolleté. And with vitamin C, you want to give it a few minutes. I generally give it 5 minutes or so. You know what I do? I go and I brush my teeth while I'm letting my vitamin C sit into my skin. The most important thing about applying products is to give it enough time to sink into the skin. And that's where people really mess up. Let's say you're in a hurry in the morning to get to work and you're just slathering one on after another. Well, you're going to get kind of a cakey, mixture of products that may start to, ball up on you and this kind of thing. Your foundation won't go over nicely. No, no, no. Give your skincare products time to sink into the skin. At least 5 minutes for vitamin C, at least. Sometimes I give it 15 minutes with vitamin C. Once you have your vitamin C on, which is your antioxidant for the day, you want to think about serums, something still very watery, okay? It can be your hyaluronic acid, if you will. I know a lot of you people are using The Ordinary. Let's use some of this for an example. They've asked me to try out some of the products. I think everybody's trying to convert me, but let's say this, girlfriends. Let's say that you're going to put on your niacinamide first. It's liquidy, obviously, so you just, take a few drops into your hand. Again, rub it together, pat all over your face. And wait a couple of minutes, okay? Or maybe 5 minutes if you've got the time. Then for the next serums, if you have any of, your Matrixyl 3000 drops, if you want your Arginine on there, all of that, pat and wait. Pat and wait. Okay, let's say you're using just the buffet to cover everything, which makes a lot of sense to me. I'd use this one little serum because it's got just about everything in it. It's kind of like a cocktail. And just pat it all in your face and wait. Let it sink in. At that time, when I have all of my hyaluronic acid, all of my liquids, gooey, drippy liquids, okay, if you will, then what I want to do is I want to go to my eye cream. So I jump over and I use the, SkinCeuticals AOX eye gel that I put between my, little fingers, dab it all around my eyes, and I let it sit. I leave it alone. Okay, then after that, I always want to go to my Big Gun Growth Factors. This is a gel and a cream in a dual chamber, so it comes out together. So it's thicker, right? Okay, that's what I want to do. So again, rub between my hands, pat all over, and I usually let that sit in for a good 5 to 10 minutes at least. Then I'm going to use my neck cream because it's thicker, and I use the Nectifirm by Revision. So I've taken care of the neck. Now I want to seal everything in for the day. Okay, in other words, I'm going to put on a nice thick moisturizer to give myself a lot of hydration for the day. So, I pick any moisturizer I want. Lanacor here has a great day moisturizer that I use. I can also use the CeraVe during the day. Any moisturizer, because moisturizer holds in your products, holds everything into the skin. It gives you moisture and hydration. At the same time, all your other products are getting down deep into the skin. Once you do that, you let your moisturizer sit a while. I let mine sit for about 5 minutes, and then I go straight in, and the big kahuna at the end. My sunscreen, okay? Because there again, it is not a liquid. It is a cream. So then that is the last touch. And of course, I always wait about 15 minutes before I even start my makeup application, because I've given the moisturizer time to go in. I've given this sunscreen time to set, because I don't want all these products just sliding right off my face. I want everything to go in to do its number. So if you have to get up a little bit earlier in the mornings, then do it. You want your skincare to just be perfect. I mean, you're spending a lot of money on skincare, girlfriends, okay? So you want it to work. You want to do it the right way. Don't be in such a rush. It is more fun to spend time taking care of you. And that's the way you have to look at it. It's my time. It's my time to feel pretty and special and start the day off right and just shine like a moonbeam and just be just gorgeous through the day. And that's what you want, because your makeup application is going to be superb. People wonder why a lot of us use high-end makeup and a lot of us use drugstore makeup. Guess what? It really doesn't matter. It's the way you apply it. But it has to do with primers. It has to do with all the skincare you put on first and giving it time to sink in. Then you can find a lot of nice drugstore foundations that'll work beautifully for you without having to go to higher end products, okay? Now, let's talk about evening. This is the best time for me. I love it, love it, love it. Now, usually in the evenings we do, and I stress this, double cleanse. Now you can double cleanse with an oil type product, which I've showed you Badgers before. I mean, there's, DHC. I mean, there's tons of oil-based cleansers. You can use that one, and then afterwards, you want to do another cleanse without the oil base. Now, because, all right, I get everything in this from Gerlande, this milky cleansing. It's already got a lot of oils in it, but I'll do cleansing twice with this one. Now, on some nights I can get a kick and I'll use just my oil cleanser, then I'll go back and I may use my Revision cleanser, or maybe my CeraVe cleanser as well. Whatever you want to do, you must double cleanse at night to get all the caca off, okay? Because you're getting ready to put on some really important products that are going to sink in all through the night. You want to have a super clean canvas. Okay, so you've double cleansed your face. Go ahead and tone your face with whatever you want, whether it's your floral type water, whether it's your micellar water, whether it's your a hydrating toner by L'Oreal, or if you're using, you know, your Revision Soothing Cleanser, it doesn't matter. I mean, toner. You want to tone. Toning is very, very, very important. And a lot of people will use an essence in the evening as well as in the morning. It's a liquid, so it's got to come first right after that wash. It doesn't matter. You can use what you want to use. Just pat everything into the skin after you have washed. Now, let's say it's a retin-A night. So you've double cleansed, you've toned, and what I do is I mask almost every single night. I very rarely miss it. So I use a mask. All right, I immediately put on my mask for 30 minutes. I can be watching TV, watching YouTube, reading a book, catching up on emails, whatever, and I wait for 30 minutes. After that, I just make sure the mask and all the ingredients are dug out of the envelope and pressed all into my face where I just feel it, okay? And it's my time, it's my Zen moment. I love masking. But at that time, I'm not going to put on a lot of serums or anything that night. I am going to go straight to my tretinoin, my retin-A. And I use the 0.01%. I use the strongest one. And I use them about 4 nights a week, 5. I was doing it just a little bit. I've upped my game. You're getting older, up your game, why not, right? So I put on, I take a pea size of retin-A. Now, just for the face, that's after you mask. Let your skin dry for another half hour, okay? Because retin-A cannot be applied on anything damp. You want that skin dry. You understand? All right, so I'm letting my skin dry 30 minutes after I spend 30 minutes with a mask. Then you go in and you take a pea size of your retin-A. And you just dab, put a little here, 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 and here. You don't need much retin-A. Now that's for starters, and I'll tell you about the décolleté in the neck in just a minute. So you rub all your retin-A all over because it's a thick cream. We've used all of our liquids, correct? Okay, that's retin-A night. And then you rub it all into your skin. I have always heard from my dermatologist, avoid the eye area with everything you've got. If you don't, later on down the line, years down the line, it's going to just start drawing up and you had no idea what was going to happen. So avoid that eye area. You know, all products move around anyway, but avoid it. The next thing I do is I take another little pea size of my retin-A. Now this is me. You don't have to do your neck and your décolleté. I do. I get pretty over the top with it because the older you get, the worse your neck is, and oh my gosh, your décolleté is so creepy. I swear it's horrible. I mean, it's a, you know, it's a lot of work, okay, girlfriends? So you take a pea size here, put a pea size in your palm, dab here, here, and rub it all down to your neck. That way you've covered everything from about here on. Then I take and dab 3 on the décolleté and I rub that in. Believe it or not, I never get too red or too chapped. I guess I got horse hide or something. Usually my skin's sensitive on the face, but the rest of me, it's tough. And then after that, I will just usually wait another half hour, giving the retin-A time to do its job. It's going to take 30 minutes for it to get started and start moving into the skin. Then, in order to cut down on some of the peeling and have a softer look the next morning, I can take one of my oils, one of my Gerlande oils, or any oil you've got, but you know, Gerlande is the most gentle, it's the most potent, and it works, okay? And I squirt that oil in there, rub it like that, and just pat over everywhere I put my retin-A. Now, this is only if you let that retin-A dry and stay in that skin for 30 minutes. If you start applying it beforehand, you're going to cut down the effectiveness of the retin-A. So just do it right, okay? Now, some people say, well, can I put a moisturizer over it? Well, you could, but I find an oil is most effective. And it doesn't matter so much what kind of oil. You can put on any of the oils I mentioned before. No retin-A though. No retin-A, because remember, not rosehip seed oil. Rosehip seed oil is an A product like your retin-A, so you don't want to put two of them together unless you want to burn yourself. Okay, don't do that. Use oils like Camilla or jojoba or avocado oil or the marigold and grapeseed, things like that are fine to use. And cacao oil is fine to use because I asked Clarissa. Thank you very much. So that would be good to seal that in. Now you can seal it afterwards if you want a little bit of moisturizer. I wouldn't go buck wild with the moisturizer because remember, we're wanting the retin-A to do the trick. The majority of the time I put nothing on after I have my retin-A. I leave it just like that and let it do its work. I don't have a huge problem with a whole lot of shedding. Maybe it's because I've been using retin-A for so long, okay? But you can if you choose to use those oils. Now, let's say on the nights I'm not using my retin-A, my whole gig is going to be to use a glycolic cleanser. You've seen me talk about it before, my glow therapy. I generally do it on Sundays a lot, sometimes Saturdays as well. But I will wash my whole face with a glycolic cleanser. And I will use my mild toner is what I will do. And that's a little heavier exfoliation. That's when I'm not using my retin-A. And then I will put on any of my liquid serums, my hyaluronic acid, if you will, whatever serums you have, and finish it up just like you do your daytime. All right, you can put in your thicker serums. You can even seal it with oils or seal it with moisturizer, or you can seal it with Egyptian magic, because that's both. You know, when you rub it together, it liquefies, and that's a good way to seal in everything after you've cleansed your face with a glycolic cleanser. Now that helps a lot. Some nights, if you don't want to do that, you want to use the whole regime, then that's okay too. But ladies, those are the best ways, the most effective ways to layer your skincare. And by the way, people have asked me before, Sharon, when can I use all my mist? Can I use my grape water or my thermal water? You know what? I use it during the day. I spritz a lot. I spritz even after I have put on my makeup. I might use a setting spray, but before I go out the door, I may use that mister just to refresh. I use the thermal water on occasion. You can use it in between any time you want. Okay? There it is, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got a lot out of this. I'd like to know what your regimen is and how you do it. Are you used to layering the skincare products? Do you have it down to a science? And was this helpful to you? Please mention that in the comments section. For all of my new subbies, I love you girls. I love you to pieces. You're so much fun. Boy, you're crawling out of the woodwork. I just love that. Thank you, thank you. And I really appreciate it. And to all of my subscribers, I want you to stay sassy, classy, and confident. And give me a big thumbs up on this video.